Okay, so we're going to be making an instant mayonnaise now. No whisks, no drop at a time of the oil. We can put it all in fairly much together. Okay, so what you will need for this is a stick blender like this for making soups, a jug which will kind of pretty much fit in the bottom neatly like that, and that's all the kit you need. So what we're going to do ingredients-wise is we're going to use a tin of anchovies, okay, and then we've got the oil from the anchovy. That's going to have quite a lot of anchovy flavour itself, that olive oil in there, and we're going to use about 3 of the fillets, okay? This is instead of salt. You could use salt if you don't like the idea of anchovies, but you hardly taste it. If you didn't know they're in there, you probably wouldn't guess, okay? But they're a nice addition. Then we need an egg, okay? Then we need a teaspoonful of Dijon mustard.
Now, what do you think about the whole egg versus just egg yolk debate?
Well, I haven't had failure with a whole egg. The only time I'd need to use an egg yolk just on its own is if this split and didn't work, then we could salvage it by using another egg yolk, not the whole egg, because it could get a little bit too eggy if we use 2 full eggs in this. But to start with, a whole egg does me fine.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we have our egg in there, our anchovies in there, our Dijon in there, and let's have a little crack of pepper in there as well. Okay, so we don't use the salt because we've got the anchovies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in there, and we've got a bottle of, this is grapeseed oil, okay? A nice light oil, okay? If we used like an extra virgin all the way through, it's going to be a bit peppery, a bit heavy, not to mention expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whiz the motor up, and then after a couple of seconds of this emulsifying in here, you can chuck the oil in pretty quick, okay?
Right.
And we're going to fill it up to about halfway up the jug. And you'll see what happens. As that oil goes in, I'm just going to lift the whizzer and just emulsify it all up into an instant mayo.
Now, should I start slow? Do we have to worry about it?
No, you just
splitting?
go straight in.
Perfect.
Straight in. Okay, so give me a couple of seconds, okay? A little more, that'll do you. Okay, can you see the mayonnaise start to form now? So I'm just going to make sure I get right on top of it. And that is instant mayo. Okay, can you see how thick that is? Okay. What are we going to do with this, Sage?
Well, I don't know what you've got set up, but over here in my pestle and mortar, to give it a little bit of a Spanish flair, I steeped up just a little bit of pinch of saffron, some warm water, just to get the flavor out of it for about 5 minutes. I added some salt, garlic, so we could sort of paste it up, and a little bit of lemon juice, and that's just going to give us a nice pink color, pink ingredient. It's going to have the brightness of the lemon, sort of pungency of the garlic, and then that earthiness of the saffron. So
sounds good.
Just give me a little dollop of the mayonnaise.
There you go.
And it's got that nice, you can see the sort of homemade color to it. So I'm just going to pour this off right in here.
That's a good thing to mention actually about the colour. These eggs have got a really bright yolk, which does add this colour to it. So it's worth spending a bit of money and getting really nice free-range eggs.
Definitely. And the saffron, of course, in this mix gives us that nice pink hue without getting too runny. So that's ready to put on your tortilla, serve with some bread, serve with paella if you're up for it. Anything. Good to go.
Good, good. Now what I'm going to do with my mayo base is make a tartare sauce. So I'm going to pop that in there. Tartare sauce really hinges around caper berries, cornichon, which are little gherkins, and I'm going to use black olives, okay? You could also use chopped hard-boiled egg, a bit of parsley, a bit of dill, okay? We're going to keep it a bit simple though.
Now I like my tartar sauce a bit rustic, so we keep these chopped up pretty coarsely.
Pretty chunky. Can you see that? A little bit chunky, not too fine, okay? We don't want it to turn into a kind of, thin sauce. You want to know it's in there. And again, there are our little cornichons. Nicely
That's
chopped
looking
up.
good.
Now, what I haven't put in there is lemon juice yet. These 3 things are quite sharp anyway, so we just have to be a little bit careful on the amount of lemon juice we're going in. So, get my old trusty squeezer. Just a dash of lemon like that. We'll stir that up, and we'll see whether we need to add more after that. So there we have tartar sauce and your, what are you calling this again?
It's sort of a thinner take on an aioli blended down, so we'll call it our saffron garlic lemon aioli.